Hey guys, welcome back to Spilling the Reality on the Hantz Show, where we're going to bring you everything you need to know that's happening in the Big Brother house. So, who won the veto? Have the target shifted? We've got everything you need to know. So, if you're joining live with us, make sure you drop us a comment. We'll hit on that as we're going through. Give us your thoughts about everything that's happening. And if you're watching later, make sure you drop us some comments then too. So, Lerin, thanks for joining me again. How are you today?
I'm good, except for the Cowboys just lost, and now I know who the target is in Big Brother house. And I don't know. Actually, I'm not good when I think about it.
Yeah, my life has been a little bit crazy in the last 24 hours, which is why we're having to do this show a little bit later. But we're here and we're alive.
Right?
So sometimes you just got to take what you can. All right. So when we left off yesterday, we were talking about that the target was looking like it was going to be Christmas. So let's talk about some of the things that happened yesterday. We know that before the veto comp, we get a conversation with Christmas and Memphis. And y'all, Christmas, she's kind of seeing the light a little bit.
It's too late for her to see the light. Like it's too late.
She's Christmas is seeing the Christmas lights on the tree. Her
Yeah.
world has been lit up. And so she asked Memphis, like, okay, do you think, like, if something happens and Tyler wins the veto and he comes off the block, do you think he's going to put up you or Enzo? And Memphis is like, I'm really not sure. And Christmas says, I think he's gonna put up you because I think Enzo's got a alliance with Nicole and Cody. And light bulb moment for her where she's like, oh my gosh, like that's it. That makes so much sense. That explains so many things that have happened. And it's like, yeah, homegirl, like everybody has an alliance with everyone. And you're right. Enzo does have the alliance with Cody and Nicole, hence why he didn't vote Nicole out of the house.
Exactly. It's
Like,
frustrating. Rehearing everything is frustrating. And Nicole, like, she is such a sneaky sneak. Like,
yep,
ugh.
she's very snaky, and so Christmas tells Memphis like, hey, if I win veto, if I'm still here next week and I win HOH, then I think I'm gonna put up Cody and Nicole. And I
Right.
think I think maybe we should take out Cody. Like he's winning a lot of comps and, I think he's going to be hard to beat in the next few weeks. So,
He is. He just stacked a whole bunch up too. I mean,
yeah, I mean, we're basically, I mean, we've joked that this whole season has been a continuation of Cody's HOH, and he has basically had control the whole entire game. But the last 2 weeks, I mean, we only had like 2 hours where Cody wasn't the HOH in the triple eviction. And then we come back and
he's
the
back.
feeds are up and Cody's HOH again. So we just get to do the same thing again.
And how is it
So,
red flag to Tyler? Like on the feeds, Tyler's freaking out, and Cody tells him it's gonna be good. Nicole's gonna do what I tell her to, and he
yeah,
but covers it up by saying because I'm the HOH. Like she came
yeah.
up and talked to me about game, but really it's like no, it's not because you're the HOH. It's because y'all got a final two together, and Tyler, you need to wake up. Like everyone needs to wake up. But Christmas, look at her catching on a little finally, a little late in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought that after Enzo doesn't do what you and Tyler do, he's probably not that close with you.
Exactly. And Enzo totally like tells everyone what's going on too. That's
Yeah,
what's
no, I
blowing
mean,
my mind.
Enzo is a yes man. He doesn't tell anybody something that they don't want to hear. Like, oh yeah, and
Yeah.
Christmas, I'm with you. Yeah, we gotta break up Cody and Nicole, yo. They're a tight duo. And he's talking to Cody, oh, Memphis and Tyler and Memphis and Christmas, they gotta go, yo. And Nicole, she's a winner, yo. She's a champ. We gotta get her out, yo. And so, Memphis is down for
It
whoever
was,
wants.
it was
What did you say? You cut
yeah,
out.
Enzo I was just Enzo having things. He's like having one on one conversations, like, you didn't do anything on your HOH, talking about Cody. about Keisha
Yeah.
getting Keisha out, getting Kevin out HOH, and I'm like, what HOH do you have, Enzo? Like,
Right. I mean, you took out Kaser, but like everybody wanted to take out Kaser. So, and Kaser had nobody. So, okay. Our friend Dragon Monkey here, he's got it laid out for us. Final 3 scenarios. And this is actually a topic that we're going to hit on later with some scenarios. Enzo wins the final HOH and wins the game. Nicole wins final HOH and beats Cody in final 2.
That's not happening.
Or Cody wins final H and takes Nicole and still gets beaten by her. So Dragon Monkey's with the hot take saying he doesn't see a Cody win, which I see it being hard pressed for Cody to not win.
Exactly.
But
pulling strings with everyone the whole time. The whole time he was pulling strings.
Yeah, there's still a lot to go on. So also yesterday, before the veto comp, we get a conversation with Tyler and Enzo. And Tyler, he's got a plan. He decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to tell Enzo about the committee. And I'm going to try to create a wedge between him and Cody when I'm the one that tells him, like, I was all about the triple threat. Like, the 3 of us to the end, but nope, Cody, he wanted to get you out in that triple eviction. And so Tyler's got this great plan. And like, this committee alliance formed really early. I didn't want to be in it. Like, I was trying to get out of it, but there's just nothing I could do. And, I told Cody, I told him that we needed to tell you about it. And he didn't want to, but I'm telling you. But what's the problem here?
It's late. Cody already did that.
Yep. Tyler, you're just a day late and $1 short. Except that you're about 30 days late and $500,000 short because what you're saying, Enzo's not buying because Enzo knows that Cody told him about the committee alliance like way back. I'm trying to think. During the whole fiasco with Tyler trying to turn things on Danny, Cody told Enzo then, and he kind of did it as a strategy of, I want Enzo to be closer to me than to Tyler because Tyler did bring it up of, hey, I think that we should tell Enzo, and Cody was like, yeah, not right now, and Cody then went and told Enzo and didn't tell Tyler, so he really played him, and you're seeing a month's worth of gameplay coming to fruition for Cody because he thought several steps ahead of Tyler in this scenario.
Or did he? But wasn't it Tyler's idea to tell Enzo? But
Tyler it was Tyler's idea, but he didn't do it, and Cody did, and he got to use it to his advantage.
Exactly.
Right.
And I bet Cody, at the time, Tyler was doing crazy stuff. I bet Cody was like, man, I got to let him know before Tyler does.
Yeah, and he did. And, a month later, now Tyler is trying to do what he had originally thought of a month ago, but he didn't pull the trigger. And Cody did. So it's making Enzo look at him like, I don't know about that.
Right. And now Cody has the committee and Enzo.
Yeah, now, Cody is he's set up all around. Christmas is the only one, and maybe Tyler a little bit, but they're both on the block. One of them is going to probably be going home this week, and those are the only 2 that are kind of looking at Cody thinking, ooh, he's kind of racking things up now, so.
Well, maybe whenever one of them gets the boot, they'll blow up his game or come up with something to blow up his game.
Right. And
I don't like that. So I'm rooting for Tyler, Christmas, and Cody for personal reasons. So.
Okay, girl, you got to put the draft aside. I've only got 1 player left in the draft. That is Cody. But in the big scheme of things, if somebody masterminds a plan and gets Cody out of the house, I don't care because I'm not winning the draft. And even if I was winning the draft, way back when we first started doing these drafts, I think BB18 was our first year, and I was dominating our draft league because I had Paul as my captain, and I did not care. Every single week I was rooting for Paul to get evicted. And so you got to put the money aside, Lerin, and you need to
Yeah,
look at
but
the enjoyment of our television show.
I do like Tyler, but this season has been so bad for him with the whole Angela breakdowns. And the fact that this is All Stars, he's still acting like that. There are moms, dads in this house, that miss their actual
Yeah, I mean,
spouses and children, and then Tyler's crying on the floor to picture Angela.
yeah.
Ah! Please stop. Please
It is kind of cringeworthy. So,
so bad.
after this conversation with Tyler and Enzo, we do get the feeds to go down for the veto competition. Tyler, Christmas, you both need to pull it out. But who is our veto winner?
It's Cody.
It's Cody. Shocker! Cody wins another competition. I mean, I can't even count how many competitions this man has won. It's a lot.
It is. Did he won the cupcake one too? Was that one that he won?
Yep, I think he won the cupcake one. I mean, he's won. This is his third HOH.
Yeah.
He has won multiple vetoes. I mean, he's really racking them up. Him and Memphis, they have both won a ton of competitions. So obviously, the nominations are going to be the same. And when the feeds come back, this is where we get that moment of Tyler sitting in the photo room. He's gotten his HOH picture of him and Angela, and he's just laying on the floor like she's died, y'all. And he's like
No!
sprawled out with his picture of Angela.
No, and somebody sees him. Like, who sees him in the house?
I don't even remember, but yeah, Homeboy is
Somebody's
distraught. And I mean, I'm a little confused by this. I mean, you didn't really want to be in the game anyway, so I mean, I guess now that you're there, you want to win, but
That was the
you
worst
know,
thing done was that panic.
yeah, if you would have not flipped out, I mean, you can be away from Angela for 3 months.
Again, if Janelle can be away from all her kids, and it's like
Yeah,
you'll be
I mean, Janelle is a mother. She's got 3 children and a husband and a business. I mean, by far she stepped away from the most things. And also Davon being a single mother. These are both people that have stepped away from bigger things in life than just your girlfriend. And so it's
I wonder
it's
what
just
was.
really disappointing
I
because
wonder
I
what.
was very excited to see Tyler play again.
I know he is good. He's still good at this game. Like he's still in
He's
it right
semi good, but I mean,
now.
his stock is dropping in my opinion because
It is.
of things
This
like
this
this.
Angela weakness is ridiculous. It's just like I said. I cover my
Which I
face
mean,
during a lot of things.
Angela's gorgeous, so let's
Oh yeah,
not get things twisted. And I
absolutely.
mean, like Tyler, I mean, he's not the worst looking guy, but he's definitely a bit out of his league because Angela is like a bombshell.
Oh, poor
So
Tyler.
he's probably like, oh shit, I don't need to leave her alone for that long. Not say anything about Angela's character, just that she may come to her senses.
He's got other things on his mind. He's worried about other people backstabbing him.
Yeah. So, anyways, we do get Tyler laying on the floor crying. Everybody else, they're kind of continue on with life as normal. Christmas is making dinner. They are excited because they're going to get some alcohol tonight and going to have a little party. And I mean, Christmas just had to bring Paul into the house, and while they're having a little drunk party in the HOH room, she's running around with her pool float around her waist like Paul. That is so annoying. Just everything she does annoys me.
I know.
But
It's tough.
anyways, so after the veto competition, we get a little bit of target shifting because once the feeds come back up, we get a conversation with Enzo and Cody where Enzo's like, yo, man, Tyler told me about the committee, yo. And Enzo is starting to spill the beans and knock, knock, knock on the HOH door. In comes Tyler. And
Good.
they kind of play it off. They have a conversation, but once they both leave, Nicole and Cody have a meeting and they talk about, hey, maybe we shouldn't take out Christmas here and maybe we should take out Tyler. And we're starting to see things shift a little bit, not in Tyler's favor.
No. When I found out he was on the block originally, I was like, oh crap. I was okay. Well, Christmas will definitely go because they despise her for some reason. And then now hearing that everything shifted towards Tyler, I'm like, and then they're gonna see him crying on the floor of that picture of Angela, and I'm like, more weakness. It's just killing me. It's upsetting and on so many levels.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on the comments over here. Um,
My chat's not coming up.
uh-oh. Enzo is almost as underestimated as Nicole. I think Enzo is more underestimated than Nicole because
Yeah.
I don't think
He's not
Nicole's got the agency in the game.
yeah. He
So,
has won. I mean, she is a winner, an actual winner, a champ. So
let's see. Don says, "Do you believe that Angela was really being threatened, or could it have been a way to get sympathy for Tyler after his screw-ups?" Ooh, that's a good question. So, we know that apparently Angela had to contact like the FBI because she was getting death threats, which I'm not going to put it past the BB Kingdom because there are some crazy ass people out there. I would hope that she's not making that up, but then I would also hope that people aren't taking a game that we're not even a part of that that to that level. I wouldn't say that seriously because that's cuckoo. Like,
but
what
they
are you
do
doing?
though, like Bachelor Nation, like people that are seen as the bad guy on The Bachelor and Bachelorette, like
Yeah.
receive death threats like nonstop, and it's sad. Because it's a TV show and it's people just playing like for money. It's really not that big of a deal. Or in the Bachelor case, for love.
Yeah. Um Big Sissy Banana says, "OMG, I missed Christmas in her floaty." You didn't miss it. You don't want to see it. Can't even root for Enzo anymore. Yeah, it's kind of hard after he didn't pull the trigger, but at least we're seeing some strategic stuff happening right now, so that's good. Uh, Dragon Monkey, final two between Cody and Nicole. Cody, and then like Nicole, and Dre. Okay, here's the win. Well done. That's kind of what we'll get. So we'll see. Um, Snitches end up in ditches. Ooh, okay, Danny. Robin Hood says, "I believe Angela." Yeah, like I kind of believe that. I mean, you would hope that people aren't this crazy, but they are.
They
It's not
are.
that. It's not that serious, guys. Like,
It's true.
Robin Hood says that. I'm assuming Robin Hood's a he. I saw Christmas in a tutu. Yeah, she had on her tutu and her floaty, and just bringing it back to BB-18 with Mark in the tutu and Paul in the floaty.
Oh
So
God. And now tie-dye shirts.
right, exactly. So yeah, as of right now, it's looking like Tyler's a goner. But we do get a little bit of more conversation after they have their little drunken party last night. We get a lot of talk with Cody and Enzo, and they're running through different scenarios. So I thought that that would be kind of fun to do today. So let's talk about some different scenarios depending on who they decide to send out. The scenario of sending home Christmas and keeping Tyler. Sorry, Robin Hood, I'm a girl. I mean, it could have gone either way because Robin or Robin Hood. Anyways, sorry about that. What'd you say?
I said touche. I didn't think about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I thought about it as I was saying, you're probably a boy, but anyways, besides the point. So let's talk about the scenario that they do send Christmas home and leave Tyler in the game. And let's look at it mostly from from Cody and Enzo's standpoint, because I feel like this is really their decision, and ultimately it's really Cody's decision. So if Christmas leaves this week, going into the next HOH, he's going to have Enzo and Nicole, Memphis, and Tyler competing in the HOH. It'll only, yeah, it'll only be 4 people. Nicole has not won any competitions. And we have seen that Enzo has pretty much straight up said, like, I'm not going to win this competition because I don't want to have to nominate Memphis and show my cards. So to me, like, this should be a little bit of like an alarm for Cody for what Enzo's doing in the game, and that you're really vulnerable next week not being able to play for HOH, and you've got Enzo here that is talking about I don't know if I'm going to win it, and Nicole hasn't won any competitions this season. So it's kind of like you're putting a lot of faith in Memphis and that he's not going to nominate you, because I feel like if you leave Tyler in the game, he's probably going to nominate you and Nicole. So it's basically like, kind of a 50-50 chance. I'm really taking Nicole out of this equation because she has not had very many good comp showings to this point.
She keeps smacking her head on things. Right?
Yeah, and they're really, really speculating that the next HOH is going to be slip and slide. So,
God. Oh my God, I can't wait. She's going to fall over and over again.
yeah, she is, but I feel like, has Nicole won the slip and slide before? I'm not positive. Somebody probably knows that remembers better than I do. But if you leave Tyler in that competition, I just like Memphis is going to hurt his back.
Yeah,
Tyler is literally going to run away with this competition. So Cody's seeing that like, oh man, Tyler's going to be harder to beat in competitions, and that's kind of, also making him lean towards getting rid of Tyler. So let's go in the opposite scenario. He leaves Christmas in the game. Christmas is also coming for Cody. And she's hardcore coming for Cody.
Oh yeah.
Like as her target. Yes. And so I think this is a bit of a mistake. So as much as part of me thinks, okay, Tyler is the bigger threat because he's strategic. He has the possibility to win out competitions for the rest of the show. But Christmas is actually gunning for you. Yes. So I think leaving Christmas is kind of really leaving it up there.
And she stands a chance to win if all she has to do is beat Memphis.
Right. She does stand a chance. But I mean, I was giving Memphis such a hard time at the beginning of the season when he said he was coming for Janelle's comp record, but same thing. He has won a shit ton of competitions. I mean, he also has 3 HOHs and multiple veto wins.
Right.
I mean, I think
their first season didn't win a HOH. He sure is showing
he is showing out. I mean, no matter how you feel about him, like he is pulling out some comp wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I don't understand why Cody doesn't see Memphis as a threat, especially after Memphis making 2 wise guys and Enzo telling that,
Yeah.
Man, he is such a spy.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like they've all kind of have their paths forward, but I think his 2 biggest threats Cody's biggest threats are Memphis and Enzo in the long game. Yeah. And that's not really who he's setting his sights on right now. And so there you go. Stitch fan says 1 veto win and 3 HOHs. So I mean, they're winning just a ton of comps.
They are, and it was like a cycle there. It was like Cody, Memphis, Tyler, and now Cody again, right? Like literally.
Yeah, Cody, 2 in a row.
So will Memphis be the next HOH?
Yeah, and
I would love to be Tyler.
There's obviously the veto ceremony will be tomorrow, where the nominees are going to be locked in. Those are not going to change. But there's a lot of time between Monday afternoon when they have the veto ceremony and Thursday when they go to evict somebody. And I think that this is going to be the most interesting week of Big Brother that we've had all year because Tyler is a really good player and he's going to be pulling out some things. He's not going to go down peacefully. Christmas is psycho and she's going to probably flip her lid, I hope. I hope we get to see a really crazy, emotional Christmas.
And she misses her child on top of that. They were talking about how
Yeah.
she's been crying at night by herself.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean that, and I
oh,
didn't think about Christmas whenever I was factoring in parents in the house.
yeah. She is a young baby, too. I mean,
Yeah, she has a little baby and a business that she runs on her own. So, yeah, there's just so many people that have more that they've left behind than Tyler that are
you
holding up that are
there's
holding up pretty well.
I was thinking, like, man, it would be really sad if, like, Tyler and Angela had a relationship, like, from the challenge, like Jenna and Zach, where Zach is like, you need to come home now. Let me read your Instagram messages. And from 2014, I found this guy in your DMs.
Yeah. But I think that Tyler said that he has never spent any time away from Angela, like 2 days since the BB20 house.
Good
And that
Lord.
might have been the 2 days whenever Angela wasn't there in the house when she got evicted on the final four. So that's a lot of time, but um, Be Wise Open Eyes says, did Christmas grow up in a facility? I don't know if she grew up like in like a foster home type situation, but I don't think she had maybe the best childhood growing up.
You know,
I'm not
Lolo
just
Jones
from
is
different
a
things she's talked
crazy
about.
fighter like that, too, but she grew up with, like, a hard childhood. And, I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to
Yeah,
be.
it would explain some things.
Yeah.
Um in terms of just her
Right.
competitiveness and
Yeah,
the
ready to
her
fight to win
fire. Yeah.
and being bad losers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, y'all drop us some comments. I'm going to share our tweet of the day. We're going to hope that it goes better than yesterday's tweet of the day, y'all, because whenever my computer spazzed out yesterday, I just had to like close my computer and then I opened it back up and my camera was still going. So then I had to turn it off, but the live video kept going until I was able to log back in. So we're going to cross our fingers that we don't have this happen again today. So we're going to share, hopefully, the tweet of
At
the
least
day.
you could do us.
What'd you say?
But at least you could read. You could read it to us.
Yeah. Yeah, but I couldn't get out of the video, and that was a little bit stressful. All right, but today's tweet of the day, I don't know if y'all saw, but the Big Brother Twitter account posted, hey, it's got all of the BB22 house guest faces, and you can stop, and this is who you're in a secret alliance with. So our boy James Ryan shares where his stopped, and so like I said, Twitter or Big Brother tweeted out, tap to pause and see which hashtag BB22 All-Star you'd most likely form a secret alliance with. And James Ryan stopped on David and he just says, shit. Well, sorry, James. This one's not going to go so well for you.
It's funny though.
Yeah, that's so funny. Like, oh man. So I did it, and my secret alliance with Tyler. Um,
But so is everyone. Me too.
So's everybody. So if y'all want to see who you would have a secret alliance with, go look up CBS's Twitter page and you can find out who your secret alliance is. All right, Lerin. So you got any more thoughts?
No, I'm just panicking about the Tyler thing. But Tyler's he's pretty resilient. If you think about like when Memphis, he was talking to Memphis and he was explaining some things so he could keep noms the same. You know,
Hmm.
like he does have some really good points to make. I mean, hopefully he can
Yeah.
come up with something. In his alone time crying to Angela, maybe he can like he has an epiphany. Like
Yeah.
possible because he's watched every season his whole life. Like the guy knows
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the best strategic player left in the game, hands down. So I want to see him fight for his life in this game. I want to see him throw Cody and Enzo under the bus or any different type of scenario. Um, there's 6 people left, so there's 3 votes. He's got to have 2. Oh yeah, no, I don't see any scenario where he's probably going to be able to stay if he does that. Um,
Yeah.
he's got to convince Enzo somehow, and oh, I don't
I
see
know.
it. He needs to throw Christmas under the bus,
Yeah.
and he's going to have to pull something out to make Christmas look like a bigger threat because he can't expose Cody and Enzo. He would get voted out that way. So it's got to be something with maybe Christmas and Memphis. If he
Yeah.
can expose that there with how close they are, there's got to be he's going to have to go that route. But we'll
But talk to
see.
Nicole because apparently she hates him.
Yeah, but
Like reading what she's saying.
Nicole hates both of them.
Yeah.
So I don't think, and I think she hates Christmas a little bit more because even after they've had this conversation of, hey, maybe Tyler's the bigger threat, she does say, well, I kind of want Christmas out more, but I guess Tyler's okay.
Yeah. She said
So
either way. Either way.
yeah,
As long
she
as
doesn't care. She wants both of them out. So I think Nicole could be swayed to get out Christmas.
I,
And
I wonder who Nicole thinks she can beat in a final two. Like, I'm very curious. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like so much of it just depends on these next few weeks. I wouldn't completely cross anyone off the list as being able to win, but definitely I think Christmas and Nicole are at the bottom of the list.
yeah.
So they're going to have to figure something out if they want to find themselves $500,000 richer.
But Christmas and Tyler both won that last challenge where they had to move and balance. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's slip and slide, they could definitely do well. Like if whichever one stays, it's possible.
Yeah. Cam K says, as crazy as it might sound, I feel Christmas isn't as bad as Nicole, just as like person wise. I don't know. I mean, I think that Nicole's probably a fine person outside the house, and Christmas probably is too. Um, Nicole doesn't have any arrests to her name, so um, I don't know. I'm sure that they're both great people.
Right. Except for the laughing at Ian part.
Yeah,
Like
that
supposed
pisses
to
me
be
off to
it's
no other
supposed to be your
level.
best friend.
Right. So, mm, that brings up a good point. I don't know. I don't like either one of them.
Right. I know you don't. I do
Robin,
understand why Christmas went crazy though.
I mean, I can a little bit too, but you don't ram the girl's car, you ram your man's car.
Right.
It's not her fault. I
But
mean,
it
it is a little bit, but it's your man's fault. Like, if he's screwing around on you, ram his car.
But being 8 months pregnant, okay, we've both been there. We've both been 8 months pregnant, and how awful it is. Okay, it's
Yeah,
awful being that
it's
huge.
awful.
And there's like nothing you look forward to than the day you finally get the baby. So, and then to discover some news like that on top of the hormones, you know that would spark some kind of crazy.
Okay, but put yourself in that scenario. You're 8 months pregnant and you find out that your husband is cheating on you. What are you doing? Are you going to ram the girl's car?
No.
No! Like, I'm going to have my husband's shit thrown out on our yard. Like, I mean,
Wait, was she not? I don't know. Like, she definitely endangered the baby as well.
yes, that
Yeah.
is crazy. I mean, when I was 8 months pregnant, I was on bed rest, so I would not be ramming anybody's car. Like, I barely got up and walked to the bathroom. But
Right?
so I really can't put myself in that scenario. But yeah, no, any scenario that I can think of where my husband cheated on me, I am not ramming the girl's car.
Right.
Like, I may go carry Underwood on his truck and, slash his tires, bait it in with a bat, but probably not going to try to cause bodily harm to myself
Can
and my baby.
you imagine?
That's
Think about
next
how mad
level.
she gets when she loses a competition. Okay, think about how mad she gets when she doesn't get picked for the veto.
Right.
Okay, so now we can imagine how angry she gets when she's 8 months pregnant and cheated on. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That is such a good point.
The veto anger is already overboard.
Now, just blow that up to 1,000.
Exactly.
That's the level she's at. Whoa! Yeah,
There's a
she's
reason.
next level.
There's a reason the girls are afraid of her.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I
Oh,
would be.
and she would definitely throw a spiteful vote, like, if I go home on your HOH,
Yeah.
you're dead.
Dawn says, I've said it before, Christmas acts like my 6-year-old on a bad day. She does. She throws a little temper tantrum. She's something else. But then Nicole on the daily whines like a 6-year-old. So
And then when Zingbot like zinged her for whining,
I don't know what just happened outside my door, but
we're like, when
it
she got,
sounded like thunder.
it was so funny because then she was in the diary room trying to say, I'm not whiny. And then she was like, well, wait a minute, that sounded really
That was kind of whiny. All right, let's stop hating on these girls. I'm sure they're both great people in real life, just not two people I really want to see left in the Big Brother house.
Right.
Or ever on my television screen again.
Right. I'm really
So.
just ready for a few weeks to see who goes home. I'm pumped. Like,
Pixie Banana says Nicole dresses like a 6-year-old. I don't think she dresses like a 6-year-old. Like they keep showing that picture of her in the storage room where she's wearing. She looks like a 80-year-old mama on vacation. Like if you just strapped a fanny pack to her when she's wearing that blouse with the collar and like her khaki shorts, she dresses like a mama.
right. She looked like she was getting ready for a comp. Like that was one of the costumes.
Yeah, like that was a like a tourist competition or something.
Right.
What?
That was it. That was her inspiration board for that outfit was tourism. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Just bless her. Bless her. All right. Okay, guys. Tomorrow we will, as a reminder, there is no Big Brother on tonight. They have moved the Sunday episodes to Monday nights because of the NFL, which then they canceled that NFL game because Cam Newton tested positive for COVID. So they could have left Big Brother on, but neither here nor there. Got to take what you can get. So we're going to have Big Brother on tomorrow night. Nothing will be happening in the house today except for just more strategizing. Tomorrow's show, we're going to come live at 6 o'clock right before the episode to tell you the results from the veto ceremony and everything that happens today in the house. Make sure y'all are following us on social media. Instagram and Twitter is at RealiTEA, RealiTEA_TRHS. Lerin, what is your Twitter where people can find you?
Lion Latch, LionLatch.
Yeah, if you're looking for a super cool invention, make sure you check out the Lion Latch.
Invented by a teacher and coach. Moi, right?
Her. Yep. So if you're looking for a fun little Christmas gift, just trying to plug it here, y'all. Make sure you check it out. Anyway, so we will catch y'all tomorrow. Make sure you like the video, drop us a comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Okay, wait, look. Hey, I still have some drink left.
Cheers!